Uh, what was the question?
We didn't write, ma'am.
Fourteenth one, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 13th one we ended in 13th one.
13th one completed. 14th one, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
13th one. So you're not writing the questions?
We are writing,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
Writing, ma'am.
Ma'am, now we need to start 14th one.
Yeah. What is the question?
Ma'am, 14th question we didn't copy.
What is the 13th question?
Ma'am, 14th question, which has more number of atoms, 100 grams of sodium or 100 grams of iron.
Yes. Write down the 14th question. Write down the 14th question. Can you all see the screen?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here, let me explain you about this. Here, atomic mass of sodium is 23 and atomic mass of iron is 56. So I want you all to write on a chart the periodic table so that it will be clear to you to know about the atomic numbers. Okay. So here is the atomic mass. I hope you've written the atomic masses of different types of elements. I've made you write it.
Ma'am, it is there in
How
our
to-
textbook, ma'am.
Yeah, so how to calculate this atomic mass also we have discussed. So to calculate the number of, here the question is given, which has more number of atoms, 100 grams of sodium or 100 grams of iron. So the given atomic mass of sodium is 23, but iron is 56. So which has more number of electrons here? So we need to calculate here. So to calculate the number of atoms in 100 grams of sodium. So first we are calculating for sodium. We are calculating the number of atoms in sodium. So here what we are doing is, what is the given amount of sodium here? 23 grams of sodium. So it contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms. So for sodium atom, for sodium, the number of atoms are this much, and for 1 gram of sodium, 1 gram of sodium contains this many atoms. So you need to calculate it. So 100 for 1 gram of sodium, it contains these many number of atoms. So 200 grams of sodium contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms into 100 by 23. So the given number of atoms of sodium is 23. So you need to divide it with 23. So the given amount of sodium is in grams is 100 grams. So after calculating, we get 2.6182 into 10 power of 24 atoms of sodium. So even in the same way, we need to calculate it for iron also. Okay. So here again, sodium is being given here. So it's a mistake over here. Please write it iron. Okay. Here, can you see on the screen? Write it iron, children. I'll just write it for you.
Ma'am, completed, ma'am.
Here, write down iron.
Ma'am, can you scroll down?
You have corrected it?
Ma'am, little bit zoom it, ma'am. It is not clear.
Okay. You have corrected it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. You can see it now?
Ma'am.
You can
Yes,
see it
ma'am.
now? Okay. You
Ma'am,
even?
it went to 12th question, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, just 1 second. Yeah. So 19 members are here. So shall we continue with the lesson?
Ma'am, we will write this question and we will continue, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
complete this all and we'll.
Please inform me if you have finished it, then I'll scroll it down.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. Just 1 second. Yeah. So to do a chemical reaction, what happens in a chemical reaction? We are taking, yes, what we have to take first? We
Ma'am,
are
the
taking
electrons will be balancing
reactants.
to each other, ma'am.
We are taking the reactants first, then the two reactants reacts with each other to give the products. So here losing and gaining of electrons will be taking place. So to write this, to write a chemical formula, we must know the valency or the charges on the ion must be balanced first. When a compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, the name or symbol of the metal is written first, just like calcium oxide. So we'll write calcium first, Ca first, and oxide later. So for symbolic representation, when we are writing a chemical formula, for calcium oxide, we are writing calcium first and then oxygen next. Why? Because the metal is written first. Okay. For sodium chloride, we are writing Na first and then Cl minus. Why we are not writing Cl and Na? Cl Na. Why we are not writing? Because the metal will be written first and then the non-metal will be written next to it. In the similar way, copper oxide and iron sulfide, etc., where oxygen and chlorine sulfur are non-metals. Okay. You must know first what metals and non-metals are. And whereas so in the same way, you must know how they are being written, which elements are written first and which elements are written on the left side, which elements must be written right side. So I hope you all know that how to write the chemical formula and how to write the chemical combinations. So for sodium chloride, what you will write? What is sodium chloride?
NaCl.
NaCl, ma'am.
What is sodium
NaCl.
chloride?
Ma'am, salt.
Yes, good. It is salt. So in the same similar way, there are certain names to certain elements and their chemical combinations, which are written in the form of a formula. So in compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket before writing the number to indicate the ratio. Suppose we are discussing about polyatomic ions. So what these polyatomic ions are? So in compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket. So example for this is, just 1 second, I'll write it. Like for example, I'm writing calcium hydroxide, CaOH2. So I'm writing this OH in a bracket. So it is a polyatomic. So this, here we can find polyatomic ion. So there are more than two elements here. Which type of elements you can find here? Calcium,
Diatomic.
oxygen, hydrogen, isn't it? We are seeing here three types of elements, isn't it? Calcium, oxygen, and hydrogen. And it is combined, here it is combined to form a hydroxide ion. So calcium hydroxide is being formed by combining calcium and hydroxide. So on the whole, we call it as calcium hydroxide. So now this is a polyatomic ion. So here we are enclosing the ion in a bracket to give a number. So down we'll write a number for this. So we'll see how we are going to write the valencies for each and every thing. So valencies or charges on the ion. So I'll be showing you. Just one second, I'll erase it. Yeah. So firstly, I'll show you the.
Ma'am, can I join again?
Yeah, sure. I'll show the detail of the valencies of different types of elements with their symbols and their atomic numbers. So the atomic number of sodium in the periodic table is 23 and the valency is 1 and its symbol is Na, isn't it? We
Ma'am, what
represent
is
sodium
valency,
as
ma'am?
valency. I'll just show in detail. I'll show you one video what the valency is and how they are getting the valencies. Just one second, I'll share this video with you. I hope you can hear
so
it.
useful. And in particular, we're going to
Yeah, ma'am.
groups
Okay.
of the periodic table of elements. And when we talk about a group, we're just talking about a column. And as we'll see, even though the elements in a given column might have very different atomic numbers, they all have similar properties. And the reason why they all have similar properties is in most cases, they have the same number of valence electrons. Remember, valence electrons are the reactive electrons, the ones that might interact with other things. And because elements with similar valence electrons will have similar reactivities, they will form similar ions. Similar ions.
Yeah, Ma'am, 7.
And they will have similar roles.
Thank you, Ma'am.
Similar roles in ionic compounds. Ionic compounds. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to focus most on the extremes of the periodic table, the groups at the left and the right, because those are the closest to having a full outer shell, either by losing electrons or by gaining electrons. So just to remind ourselves, what does it mean to have a full outer shell? Well, in general, people will refer to the octet rule. For our
So here, if we see the valency, how we'll get the valency and how the different elements are being grouped in a particular valency. So first here in the first column, we see hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and here you can see, so all these elements, they are being kept in valency. They'll show the similar valency number of 1. And the next column will have the elements with the same valency number of 2. Okay? Are you
And as
able
we'll
to
see-
hear it?
Yes, ma'am.
elements in a given column might have very different atomic numbers. They all have similar properties. And the reason why they all have similar properties is in most cases, they have the same number of valence electrons. Remember, valence electrons are the reactive electrons, the ones that might interact with other things. And because elements with similar valence electrons will have similar reactivities, they will form similar ions. Similar ions. And they will have similar roles in ionic compounds. Ionic compounds. Now, for the sake
So I just want you all to write this. So to write a chemical formula of a compound. So it's nothing but representation of a of its composition. The chemical formula of different compounds can be written easily. We need to learn the symbols and combining capacity of the elements. The combining power or capacity of an element is known as its valency. So how it can combine, the capacity, so how it is combining. So it depends. To find out how the atoms of an element will combine with atoms of another element to form a chemical compound. The valency of the atom of an element can be thought as hands or arms of that atom. So it's been described by an example, by giving an example of an octopus. So in your book, the example has been given. So how the octopus will catch, because how many arms the octopus will have?
8, ma'am.
8. So to hold a few people, how many people the octopus will hold? So humans are being locked with 2 hands. So this example is being given here. So it's a little bit, will not go in a complicated way. So it's so easy to write the chemical formula with the help of this valencies. The rules you have to follow while writing the chemical formula are: the valencies or the charges on the ion must balance first. When a compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, the name or symbol of the metal is written first. For example, calcium oxide, CaO, we'll write it as, just one second. For calcium oxide, we write it as CaO, isn't it, children? So sodium chloride, we write it as NaCl. So here metals and non-metals are combining. So what we'll write first? A metal or non-metal?
Ma'am, metal.
Metals. We'll write metals first and then we'll write the non-metals. So if compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket, like we have already discussed about the example of calcium hydroxide. I hope it's clear to you. So now we'll write a few chemical formulae for some simple compounds first, and then to the polyatomic ions. I'll just write it here. So here are few examples which are being given in your book. Formula of hydrogen chloride, it's been given here. Just one second. So I'll take an example of aluminum chloride. I'm writing it here itself. Aluminum and chloride I'm taking. So don't get confused, I'm writing it separately because I just want to cross it over. So for aluminum, we'll get a valency of 3. If you just check in the table, what is the valency of aluminum? You took the screenshot. What is the valency of aluminum? It's 3. And what's the valency of chlorine? It's 1. So we'll cross this, and then what we'll get? Al 1 and Cl 3. Okay, so the valency of aluminium atomic number is 13. So to get the stability, what aluminium will do? Aluminium will take 1 electron to get the stability and to become the number as 14. So in order to reach the stable configuration of neon, that is 10, aluminium will try to donate 3 electrons. Aluminium will try to donate 3 electrons to attain stability. Because its atomic number is 13, it tries to give 3 electrons to attain the stability as to become 10. To become 10. So here what it will do, So what we'll write here? It is losing 3 electrons. Now it will give it to Cl. It will give the 3 electrons to chlorine. Is it fine? Are you understanding? So now chlorine will gain the electron and become -1. And hence it is written as, I'll just write it here.
Ma'am, we can write AlCl3 now, ma'am.
So these we are giving the valencies, we are sharing the valencies here. So here we can write, for one aluminium, the charge is +3. Here 3 chlorine atom. For this, 1 chlorine atom charge is -1. Therefore, 3 chlorine atoms here will take +3. I'll just write it here. Sorry, there is no place here. For AlCl, aluminium and chlorine. For aluminium, the valency is 3 and chlorine 1. So here aluminium will cross, just one second.